Revenge films.
My name is Minori, and I'm in my second year of college right now. I'm a pretty shy person, and I don't like to stand out from the crowd. That's why I usually keep to myself at school and mind my own business. I do have a couple of close friends, though, and I've been enjoying my life in college so far. However, I accidentally pissed off one of my upperclassmen once, and she's been picking on me ever since. The reason she got pissed off at me was because we were applying to the same college program together, but I ended up getting accepted while she was rejected. She was confident that she was going to get into the program over me, and she was telling all of her friends about how easy the selection process was. And that's why she felt embarrassed when I was picked instead of her. But as you can see, none of this is my fault. The university made the final decision, and I was obviously ecstatic to get accepted because I worked really hard for it. But instead of congratulating me for it, she started to throw insults at me whenever we ran into each other on campus. Just the other day, she said this to me.
God, your sense of fashion is terrible, isn't it? The clothes you wear are always so dirty and cheap. I bet you're so broke that you can't even afford to buy new clothes.
And the day after that, when we ran into each other at the cafeteria, she asked me this question.
Hey, have you ever looked in a mirror before? It looks like you don't have any makeup on right now, but how are you not embarrassed?
I was getting tired of the way she was treating me, but I couldn't do anything about it. I lost my father when I was young, and my mother raised me by herself for most of my childhood. That's why I couldn't afford to buy new clothes for myself, and I spent most of my free time working to support my mother. In the mornings, I would deliver newspapers around the neighborhood to earn some spare change. My mom worked multiple jobs as well, and she's been working day and night to send me to college. And that's why I don't own a lot of clothes, and I'm not very interested in the latest fashion trends either. I'm not very good at putting on makeup too, so I always go outside without putting any on. Sure, I want to be like those pretty girls that you see on TV too, but this is who I am, so I can't really complain, can I? But my upperclassmen didn't feel the same way though, and she kept on trying to bully me every time we saw each other. I live in a small apartment building that's right beside the campus, and whenever I'm busy with homework and preparing for exams, I usually go to a nearby convenience store to buy dinner. And that day, I was back at the store and bought a couple of sandwiches and some coffee for myself. I was lining up for the register when you-know-who came in. After looking at me in the eyes for a couple of seconds, she came over to me and said this.
God, you're always dressed terribly, but this outfit you have on today takes the cake. And what the hell do you have there? You're seriously buying sandwiches at a convenience store? I bet that's all you can afford with your crappy salary.
Well, I'm here to buy dinner because I'm working on a report right now, and I don't have any time to cook for myself.
Well, I'm not here by myself, unlike you. I'm here with my boyfriend, and he drives that Mercedes car that you see over there. It's almost like we live in completely different worlds. He's waiting for me in the car, but I bet he'll laugh at you once he sees how you're dressed.
I didn't really care about what she or her boyfriend thought about me, so I ignored her and left the convenience store in a hurry. But her bullying didn't stop there. She kept on picking on me every time we saw each other on campus, and I was getting tired of having to deal with her BS every day. That's why I started ignoring her. But I guess she didn't really like that because she got really pissed off at me one day and began to brag about her boyfriend again.
Look at this! This is where my boyfriend lives. Don't you think this house is massive? You'll never get to live in a house like this. His father is a CEO, which means he's going to become a business owner someday. And that also means that I'm set for life. I'm going to be able to live luxuriously and comfortably for the rest of my life, while you have to work your ass off every day just to eat convenience store food every day.
But I kept on ignoring her and waited for her to start freaking out at me. But I think I recognized that house from somewhere. I think that's my house. And when I said that, her eyes immediately widened. She couldn't say anything for a couple of seconds, but after gathering her thoughts, she said this to me.
What are you talking about? Stop lying to me. You live in that crappy old apartment building that's right beside campus.
But that's when I clapped back with this. Yes, I currently live in that apartment building, but the house you showed me is where my mom lives. It's where I used to live before I moved out.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Your father died when you were young, right? There's no way your mother can afford to live in a house like this.
My mother got remarried last year. I think you might be dating my stepbrother, ma'am. This was too much information for her to process, and she fell to her knees and started panicking.
What? Your stepbrother? I don't understand.
My mother got remarried to her current husband about a year ago. I was surprised when she told me that she was planning on getting married again, but her boyfriend was a nice person, so I told her that I supported her decision. Apparently, he's a CEO of a large firm, and they met each other when my mom started working as a janitor at his workplace. They then grew fond of each other and started dating. And my mother's new husband has a son that's a few years older than me, and it turns out that he's the one that's dating my upperclassman. But she couldn't believe what I was telling her and said this to me.
But why are you still wearing those dirty old clothes then? I bet your family hates you. That's why they're not buying any new clothes for you.
My father and brother have been very good to me since we became members of the same family, and they've shown me nothing but love. Oh yeah, and I was the one that painted that painting you see in the photo. My father loved it so much that he decided to put it up in the living room.
What? You're kidding me, right? You painted this artwork? It looks so good, though.
I've always been a good painter, and although I wanted to go to art school after graduating high school, I had to give up on my dream because my family couldn't afford it. But my father loved my painting so much that he decided to frame it and put it up in the living room. And my brother cares about me a lot, and when we first met, he gave me a lot of new clothes and bags as gifts. But now that he knows that I'm not into expensive clothing, he takes me out to expensive dinner dates instead. He thinks I'm a really good cook though, and I always cook different dishes for him. My mom wanted to move in with our new family members immediately after getting married, but I wanted to live somewhere that was close to campus, so I decided to get an apartment for myself. My upperclassman seemed shocked and confused when I explained everything to her, but when I was done, she grinned at me and said this.
Oh, you should have told me that earlier. But anyway, we should try to get along with each other then. We're going to be sisters soon, so...
I couldn't believe what she was saying. You're kidding me, right? You really think that we're going to be sisters? I'm sorry, but I don't think I want you in our family. You've been treating me like crap for months now, and I don't think I can forgive you for that.
Oh, come on. I'll apologize for what I said. So please, let's put this all behind us.
She's only acting like this now because she knows that I'm her boyfriend's sister. What a pathetic person. And after finding out the truth, she tried telling everyone about how close we were and how her relationship with her boyfriend was going excellently. But that obviously wasn't true, so I debunked those false rumors immediately. I wasn't trying to ruin her relationship with my brother, though. I'm not that cruel. But if their relationship continues, we were eventually going to run into each other again. And when that happens, I am not going to pretend like we don't know each other. I am going to make sure that my brother finds out about what she said and did to me. And when I told him about his girlfriend's true nature, he got really mad at her and broke up with her. He was only dating her because she was being really persistent and wouldn't take no for an answer. He was going to break up with her after a couple of months, but when he found out that his girlfriend had been bullying his little sister, he knew he had to dump her right away to teach her a lesson. And for some reason, he apologized to me after everything was over. He hasn't done anything wrong, so I kind of feel bad for making him apologize to me. But after she got dumped, my upperclassman came up to me again and said this to me.
Why the hell did you tell your brother the truth? I apologized to you already, didn't I? It was all supposed to be water under the bridge, and I can't believe you'd sabotage our relationship.
She seemed furious, but I was having none of it. Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't really have a choice. I love and respect my brother, and I thought he had the right to know the truth. We were going to see each other again eventually, so I just figured that I'd get ahead of things by telling him the truth about you before that happened.
You ruined everything. I was supposed to marry him, and now I don't even have a boyfriend anymore. What the hell is wrong with you, huh? How are you going to make this right?
Oh, come on, stop exaggerating. He was only dating you because you refused to take no for an answer. He told me that he was going to break up with you either way. It was just a matter of timing.
No, you're lying. There's no way that's true.
When I told her that her relationship was doomed to fail from the beginning, my upperclassman fell to her knees and started sobbing on the ground. And now she's traumatized by what happened and can't even go outside. Thanks to that, I'm able to live my life on campus freely and comfortably now. I was shocked when I heard that my upperclassman was dating my brother, but I'm glad my brother ended up dumping her. She definitely didn't deserve him. She never told anyone that her boyfriend was dating her only because she wouldn't stop bugging him. But for some reason, everyone knows about that now, and she's become the laughingstock of the entire university. Take that, asshole.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.